Hey there, Aquarius. Thank you guys so much for being patient with me. I know I'm a day late, dollar short, whatever that saying is. But I'm here. Thank you again for those of you who are subscribed to me. And of course the blessings are love, abundance, and joy. If you're new to my channel, I create these candles every week for my subscribers. I keep the intentions very broad so that you can make them as detailed as you need. They just have to be for your highest good and the highest good for everybody involved. That is the way that my magic works, and you just have to subscribe. This week for your material world, we are using the Soul Tarot by Christine Fredheim, and then we will go into your love life. We look at the next 7 or so days. It could be more if divine timing comes into play, and I will let you guys know for sure. So let's get into it for my Aquarians. What's going on with your material world next 7 or so days? Spirit guides, ancient ancestors, divine. What is going on with Aquarius next 7 or so days? Knight of Pentacles. This is always a good sign in a reading about money, transformation, the Death card. Do we take both, Spirit? Which one? The Emperor, and then the High Priestess is going at the bottom of the deck. This is very, very strong energy here, and you guys have been looking at some pretty strong changes coming in, and if you've been avoiding them, Aquarius, because I have been noticing that some of you didn't really want to walk into what looked like a lot of power. You know, it looked like you had a lot of changes that were available to you. You had a lot that you could empower yourself with. Some of you guys, I saw some business ideas. I saw, a lot of abundance if you were willing to take some pretty drastic leaps of faith, but they were there nonetheless, right? And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing that these changes are coming, okay? We have the Death card with the Emperor, and the High Priestess here is at the bottom of the deck to kind of say, you know that the universe has got you through this, right? It's coming. The Death card is not necessarily gonna feel good. I can tell you that. I kind of feel like some of you guys might, well, Aquarius, I understand. I am also a fixed sign. When we don't really embrace the change and the change happens anyways, we get a little upset about that. But I feel like you need to know that you're still going to come out of this really, really good, okay? You're going to come out of this abundant. You're going to come out of this looking good. It's actually going to make you look like this was part of the plan, even though you were not really liking how it happened, okay? So my advice to you is to go with the flow as much as you possibly can at this point, because what it feels like to me is that like a lot of this is going to look like it came out of nowhere. But to the untrained eye, it looks good, okay? To people that don't really know, it looks like you're handling it with so much grace and, like, oh, I totally planned this. No, I'm super cool. This is fine. This is fine. But to you, you're probably like, what the fuck? But it's good, okay? So as far as money is concerned, I do think that even though it might take a pretty drastic change for some of you guys, like your company could have gone belly up and then you walk in and there's a sign on the door saying that, people have been laid off, but as soon as you turn around, there's a sign someplace else saying, hey, we're hiring. It could be something like that. It's pretty drastic, okay? But for others of you, it's like something that you thought was a failure was actually like a pivot, okay? I don't really, how else do I explain this? Because not everybody, so in like a startup world, you might come up with this really cool idea about, a tech startup, right? So you've got this idea and we're just going to go with, oh, I don't want to use Facebook. I'm not very, we don't like Facebook right now. But like, let's say that you come up with like a social media concept, right? And you're in it and you have started to raise money for it and you have, the platform for it and everything. But then while you're testing it, you're recognizing that not a lot of people use it the way that it was working out in your head. But they're starting to use it in a different way. And you're like, hey, I wonder if I start to really grow this part of it, if that would actually be more beneficial, And so instead of really going with what you first really were holding on to, what you first thought was this really great idea, you have to let that go in order for something else to grow. This is what I'm seeing here rather than everything else, okay? I don't want you to completely think that the dream is dying. It's just pivoting. It's changing, okay? It's transforming. That's why we often call death the transformation card. And this is actually leading to a lot of abundance and growth, okay? So with that, let's go ahead and start to clarify this energy, Spirit. What is a deck? Enchanted Map Oracle. This is by Colette Baron Reed. Okay. Yeah, I do feel like for a while you might have felt like things were not going to change. The Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving energy, and this is giving me that rock bottom feeling. Again, this feels like something where you felt like this is shitty, and but it had to get bad before it gets really, really good, okay? This is going to be uncomfortable, but again, to everybody else, you look like you're handling it very, very well, okay? The bottom of the deck is Sad Embrace, so it doesn't look good to you, but it looks good to everybody else, and it's going to look very good very soon, okay? Death card, please. Energy Oracle, okay. This is Death card for Aquarius, please, Spirit. Interesting. Yes. It's almost this, and it could very well be exactly what I described, where like one door, like there's a sign on the door, but you turn around, there's like a different possibility for you right around the corner. Okay, so it's that pivot. It's the possibilities are endless. And there's that Goddess of the Moon, which gives me that High Priestess. You know exactly how to move through this. You really, really need to not, don't panic, okay? Like, it doesn't feel great, but if you don't panic, if you listen to your intuition as your guide, you listen to your highest self as your guide, you're going to get through this in such a graceful, beautiful way. And I know we don't really care what other people think about it, but like people are going to look to you as an example of like how to handle when shit hits the fan. The Emperor, please. Angels and Ancestors. Haven't used that in a while. This is by Kyle Gray. Interesting. Spirit is directing my attention to all the fours, which does indicate that there are a lot of angels assisting you through this. And there's High Priest and High Priestess we've had. So your connection to your spirit squad is super, super important right now. And do not forget your own intuition as you are guided through this, okay? And this is Intend and Create with the Emperor. The Emperor is a go-getter. So it's not enough for you to say, this is what I want. Like, this is my manifestation. This is my intention. It is also, I'm going to go after it and I'm going to go get it. Honor your inner knowing. That is also some higher High Priestess. And again, we don't, High Priest, High Priestess, Emperor, Empress, gender doesn't apply here. It doesn't really matter. Okay, just listen to your gut and listen to your highest self. One more. Yeah, move away from whatever isn't serving you anymore. That was rock bottom, and it had to happen. When the death card shows up, when like the tower card shows up, these energies are literally the universe stepping in and saying, hey, I know that change is scary, but you were not initiating it, so we kind of had to do this for you. We apologize that it's abrasive and it doesn't feel great, but like we had to do it, okay, because you weren't going to do it. We love you. Okay, that's what's happening here. It's time to shine is the bottom of the deck, so embrace that. We love you. All right, let's move into love, you guys. And with love, of course, we use Modern Love Tarot by Ethany. What is going on with my Aquarian spirit in their love life? Tell me deets. Thank you. Do I take both? How would you like me to receive? Thank you. And Justice. Knight of Wands is... You guys keep getting the Knight of Wands. Aquarius. Who is your young Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries energy? Could just be that you have a change rushing in. We've talked about this before. Justice does say that we have divine timing on the table. There has been energy with you guys before of, you know, overthinking, overanalyzing, possibly a relationship of your past. I am changing the direction of the cards, by the way, because sometimes the cards speak to me in a timeline. And this camera was not flipping when I was sending it to my editing software, so I have to do it backwards. Anyways, that's not important. What is important is the Ten of Cups is the first card, the Eight of Swords is second, and the Justice card. And it is kind of giving me a timeline here. I do kind of feel, you know what? No, I actually don't feel very timeliney here, Aquarius. What I'm feeling is that you actually, again, I'm showing that you have someone around you as we speak, but you might be concentrated in a prison of your own mind, okay? And again, male, female, doesn't matter, Aquarius. What we have here is someone who has the key to a window, a door that is already broken, like super easy to get out of. This lock isn't even closed all the way, so we don't really even need the key. And this looks pretty easy to bust through. And then these, she could just put her arm out regardless and bust this if she wanted to. But she's so caught in her own brain and like hoping for someone else to rescue her, that she doesn't see that she's the rescuer, that's it, she's the one, right? You might be kind of stuck in a thought pattern right now that isn't allowing you to see that you are kind of surrounded right now by love, and you are surrounded by balance. The Justice card here is telling me that it is quite possible that things are going to even out for you very soon. But you will have to pull out of a way of thinking that makes you think that you're not deserving, maybe, or it's, for some of you, it's like, I don't want to say like that you feel victimized, because some of you may have come out of a thing where you were a victim, and so I don't want you to think that like you're being gaslit or anything, because I think that things did happen to you that you absolutely should consider, and you should think through, and you should feel that through, and you should heal from that. But I don't want you to get stuck there either, because I do think that you deserve a love that is, you know, indicated in the Ten of Cups, Justice is getting exactly what you deserve. And I think that it's coming in, okay? The Knight of Wands is a change of circumstances, and it can come in pretty hot, but I'm concerned you might not see it because you're kind of stuck seeing a tape play, a video play, okay? So let's kind of dissect that. Justice. Ooh, don't. Yes, don't make decisions, not Justice, sorry, Ten of Cups. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. This is like the guilt trip that might be happening here in the Eight of Swords. Maybe you're afraid to move on because you think that it's too soon, Aquarius, or maybe someone guilt tripped you before. They told you, like, you know, if you really loved me, then you'll wait for me. But they're not really showing any signs of their own healing or their own growth or anything like that. They may have gaslit you before as well. But it's really about being true to you and what you need and what you deserve. Again, what you deserve. That's too many. But I did see playfulness, which totally reminds me of that Ten of Cups card. You know? My beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. Your person may be physically apart from you. The person that you end up with could actually be at a distance from you as well. If you are not sure who your person is, that doesn't really matter when it comes to spiritual connections, because they and you sense that there is someone out there. And it's like, you know, as long as I can sense that connection, I can still like speak to that connection. I can still heal that connection. I can still work with that. Justice here is giving me possible, you know, if you are in a relationship with this person, it might be time, because it feels like you're kind of stuck in your head. You might require, you know, a third party, like a therapist, okay? And now I cannot give you medical advice, but I think that everybody can benefit from a mental health professional. Justice can also talk about someone getting divorced. But it's, to me, always a balancing out of energy, and there's passion. Oh, and by the way, so the Ten of Cups could be last decan Pisces energy, Eight of Swords could be Gemini energy, and then Justice could be Libra energy. And we already talked about the Knight of Wands. Passion, a magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present, and enjoy it. And Knight of Wands is very, very passionate, so you may be bringing that in. And that could be something, again, I just feel like this crackling energy around you. So something to look forward to for sure. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. And in order to see things clearly, you might let go of resentment. More of that Eight of Swords energy here. Like, you're not able to see like how distorted this prison really is, you know, how much this prison is able, like how easily you can break free of it, because of all of the emotions that are surrounding these thought processes in that tape. Oops, sorry. Chemistry. Oh, you know what? And it did want to go here, but I'm going to put it in the same direction I've been going. There's a strong magnetic attraction that you might not be seeing because you're concentrating on a tape that's playing. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Are you worried that you don't have one? Because this is telling me that you have one. Forgiving and learning as you release and heal from your past. And that is also some Eight of Swords energy. You have to let go of someone from your past in order to recognize and bring in this chemistry from your soulmate, okay? Love yourself first. I just feel very strongly that there was maybe someone who made you doubt yourself as well. So you might need to be forgiving of yourself. Keys on a ring. So this could have been someone that started out as a one-night stand. Again, there's like a lot of like sexual chemistry here. This came up for another. The runner. Runner in a codependency relationship. Fear of intimacy and listening to ego. This honestly seems more like you running from your soulmate. And I don't think that it's actually a fear of intimacy. I think that you're afraid of what, yeah, I'm going to, because I still have heartbroken here. You guys seem right now, with this runner card coming up with soulmate, I don't think that your soulmate is the runner. I don't think that your soulmate is your beloved. Runners are not true loves. Runners are not soulmates. I think that you are so stuck in your head right now that you are running from the possibility of true love. And I think that this is more of a self-esteem issue, if I'm honest. Okay? It's like you're running in your mind as a way to cope with here we have the karmic relationship. I think that, again, Aquarius, sometimes I get this with you guys, and I think this is, I'm going to put these all together. I have an Aquarius here that is stuck in a karmic cycle right now, and it is clouding the rest of my reading here. We have the snake, karmic relationship, and the runner. So you may be stuck listening to a tape that's playing about a karmic, you know, and true love is not about this, okay? This is not true love. Your person would not be a snake, okay? Ever. Your person, your soulmate is not a snake, all right? So for everybody else, for all my other Aquarians. Heart with a key. See, I knew it. Welcoming, leaving, love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, and perfect, and love call. And abundance is the bottom of the deck. All right. So for my one Aquarius, you're stuck thinking that your soulmate is this karmic who is a runner and is a snake. Okay. Everybody else, your soulmate is coming. And your soulmate is coming too, but you got to let go of this runner. Okay. Aquarius. One more. Thank you. Yes, because do they give you what you give? You deserve divine balance. That's it right there. What did I tell you? And maybe it's time to let go. They will grow up or you will grow out is the bottom of the deck. I'm getting all worked up for that one Aquarius. You know who you are. Thank you. You are transforming though. So thank you for listening. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Please make sure that you are subscribed if you haven't already done so. Give me a huge thumbs up and comment down below, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.